There are hundreds of command line tools, but if I could keep only one, it will be tmux, and that's the one you should be focusing on too. My name is Misha, I'm a senior DevOps engineer, and I've helped over 15,000 people into tech careers using Linux. And in this video, I'm going to show you how I run my entire workday from tmux, including large AI swarms, and I'm going to teach you how to do it, so let's go. So the first question is, what the hell is tmux? And to answer that, we're not going to go to ChatGPT, no, we're going to answer this like a real man from the command line. So we're going to type man tmux. Remember, you have everything you need right here on the command line in the man pages. There's no need for the internet or ChatGPT, it's all here. And if we want to learn about tmux, we can simply read, tmux is a terminal multiplexer. It enables a number of terminals to be created, accessed, and controlled from a single screen. That's it. That's what tmux does. But as a beginner, it might be very difficult to conceptualize why this could be useful. So that's what we're going to get into now. So the first concept we need to understand is tmux sessions. So if I type tmux ls, we will see that I have a tmux session running on my machine. If I run the command tmux, and if I now run tmux ls, I see that I have two sessions running on my machine here. So each time I run a tmux process, then a new session is created on my machine. Now, the thing is with sessions is that you can attach and detach from them. And this is very important when you are managing many different machines over the network, for example. So let me make this concrete for you. So let's say I have a virtual machine, okay? I'm managing this via Tailscale, so I'm going to be logging in right now. So we are now logged into this machine, and now I am on the remote machine. This is a virtual machine that is running OBS for me for when I'm streaming. Now let's say I have an operation that I need to do on this machine. Well, the first thing I would do is to start tmux here. So now I have tmux open. This is the standard configuration of tmux. And if I now do tmux ls, we see that there's one session running on this machine, okay? And I'm attached to it. If I now press Ctrl B D, I am now detached, as it says here on the command line. If I now run tmux ls still, there is a session going, but I am not in a tmux session now. I can exit this session, clear. I am now on my main machine. I'm not on the virtual machine anymore. But if I SSH again, I am here on the virtual machine, tmux ls, the session is there. And if I now do tmux attach, I am now attached to this session again. And you see that I also have the history here, okay? Now this becomes very useful if I am running an operation on this machine that I don't want to stop when I detach from the SSH session. So one practical use case in my career has been database migrations. Before we did this on Kubernetes, migrating a database, especially if it's multiple terabytes, is a long-running operation that I want to be running over multiple hours or even days sometimes. And this is where tmux is really useful. So what we're going to do is this extremely important process for I in range 1 to 100,000. Do echo, please like and subscribe. You are $I. Then we're gonna sleep for 5 seconds and we'll be done. So now we are running this extremely important process where we are iterating over our subscribers like this. And we are slowly increasing them like you are gonna be doing by clicking the subscribe button right now. Thank you very much. So if I have this important process, I'm now on a virtual machine, but let's say I am done for the day. I'm ready to go home, but I don't want to have this thing open on my laptop because if I close my laptop, I'm going to break this process. So what I will do is I do Ctrl B D. I'm now detached from this session and I can exit this session, okay? I hope you took note of what the subscriber count was when we detached just now. But if I now SSH back into this virtual machine, I can now tmux ls again, and we see that there's still a session running. And if I now tmux attach, we will see that we are now at number 13. So as I was detached, as I was sleeping at home, it has been going and going and going. And this is one of the main use cases of tmux, where you can leave processes running on a machine and attach and detach from them as you require. So now you have learned about the concept of tmux sessions. Now let's learn about windows and panes. So here in the bottom of the screen, you're going to see the number 0 here. If I press Ctrl B C now, then I have now created a new window. In the bottom, you will see that now there is number 1 bash. And the bash here is the name of the process that we are currently running, because I'm running a shell here, okay? So if I press Ctrl B C again, I have now 3 windows. And if I do Ctrl B N, I can go to the next one, Ctrl B N, go to the next one, and Ctrl B P, I can go to the previous one, okay? So this is how I can switch between these. Now, in this window, I can do anything like we were doing. I can, for example, install a new application, sudo apt install btop. So now I have btop running, and if I zoom out a bit, I can now monitor my machine as it's running this extremely important process of subscribing to my channel, for example. Now, let's say I want to have this open, but I also want to edit a file at the same time. With this, now we are going to learn about the concept of panes. So if I do Ctrl B%, I am now opening a pane in the same window. So this is very important to understand. A tmux session is a collection of windows, and a window is one or more panes. That is what you need to remember. Now, if I press Ctrl B quotation mark, I can now split that horizontally, as you see. And I can keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going and splitting this if I want to, okay? So all of these are then creating a new bash shell that I can work in. So what I could do, for example, is if I want to open a system configuration file, I can do sudo vim etc and then systemd, for example, and open my networkd.conf, and I can now edit this configuration file while I'm looking at the resource monitor at the same time. And in my first window, this process is still ongoing. So I can do many things at the same time and keeping an eye of things at the same time. So maybe you can start to see that this can become very powerful, where I can be running multiple containers here, for example, and I can be editing my files while also keeping track of my resources as I'm doing this, all in just one terminal window. Like, again, I haven't started any like fancy GUI applications to do this. I'm just doing this from the command line. And this is the power of tmux and why I believe that you should learn it well. I can also do something like journal ctl-f, and it's now following the system logs. And if I do sudo echo kek, then we'll see that every time I am running this command, a new log entry is entered because a new root session is being opened and closed every single time. And again, I can detach from this. This is now still running on my virtual machine. I can exit my terminal emulator, and when I start it up again, if I SSH and do tmux attach, then everything is just like I left it, including the important process of liking and subscribing to this video. Real quick, if you see me working on the command line like this and you're thinking, I want to learn that, I have good news for you, because I'm giving away a free 16-hour course today. You can check out the link in the description, and when you follow the link and enter your details, it will spit it right back to you. You will get access to a free 16-hour course that's going to go deep into Linux basics, how to get Linux, and we're going to get even deeper into tmux, vim, everything you see me using completely for free. Check out the link in the description below. It also comes with a community of over 5,000 members, which is super active, as you can see, and it's all completely for free because I want to help as many people as possible discover the pleasure of using Linux. The link is in the description. Check it out. It's free. It's my gift to you, and I'll see you in the Linux community. So now I'm going to share some tmux wisdom with you that you don't typically hear other creators or teachers talk about. And the first of that has to do with the fact of tabs in the terminal. So you may have seen me do this stuff just now and think, if I download iTerm on macOS, it already has these tabs in the top. So why would I need tmux? Now, I want you to think about this differently. If the real way to think about this is that if I can already do this from the command line using Linux native processes, why would I need to have a bloated terminal emulator that needs to have these little tabs on the top? And this is why I really prefer to use Alacrity. And this is also why I fell in love with it years ago as I was investigating which terminal emulator am I going to use. Because here, like here they actually say, why isn't feature X implemented? implemented, then it will literally say this could be for a number of reasons, but sometimes this means you won't find things like tabs or splits, which are best left to a window manager or terminal multiplexer. Okay, so they have this really minimal approach to things, which really resonates with me. And then they simply just link to tmux, which is the source code is public, by the way, and still being worked on, as you can see. But I really love that about Alacrity. And if you go and search in the issues, it's actually quite hilarious. If you search here for tabs, you're going to see all of these ignorant people that want to have tabs in Alacrity. And yeah, the way they respond to this is hilarious. Just read through these. But here he's saying there's zero desire to reconsider this. If people enjoy terminal emulators with tabs, there's no problem with choosing a terminal emulator other than Alacrity. This is this real gold here. Okay, so yeah, this is the reason why I went for Alacrity back in the day. And it comes down to the Unix philosophy, right? Do one thing and do it well. So your terminal emulator doesn't need tabs if you just learn how to use tmux well. And this translates very well into AI, because if you have spent any time on X, then you will see about once a day, I will see someone building their custom AI agent orchestrator, where they have like a GUI app, and then, oh, I have all of these sessions where I can run an AI agent in. Well, hello, we have tmux. Claude Code is a CLI process. Let me show you what I mean with this. So obviously, I always run all of my AI workflows on the command line, and I'm using tmux to do this. So if I start this skill, custom skill that I have, like business X scan, and then in the other window, I'm going to do an in-depth review of my home lab, then you will notice that in the top here, these tmux sessions are actually being renamed as it's going through. And this one, it had, hey Misha, good to see you. What are we working on today? So let's, for this one, we are going to say, write a short essay about why I think that tmux is better than using GUI applications for managing AI agents. So it's going to write this short essay, and as we see, it's now going to be reviewing my home lab, and now it's doing a business scan on X, where it's going to research all of the accounts that may have a relevance to my own business so I can get better ideas, etc. And I'm just using tmux to do this. If I now press Ctrl+B-W, I can very easily just switch through this. I see all of these sessions going on. I can very easily switch between them, check on the progress, and based on the names here, I can see whether they are done or not. And yeah, I have some really advanced AI systems going on that I just simply manage with tmux. So if you're watching this and you're using some sort of custom AI agent orchestrator, then consider just using what you have available to you on the command line. You will thank me later. And now the final piece of wisdom that I'm going to share with you, that's going to lead to several angry comments, which is the following: do not change the standard key bindings. I know Ctrl+B is a little bit awkward. It is a little bit awkward to get used to this. Please, please do not do shit like Ctrl+B-V to do a vertical split or Ctrl+B-H to do a horizontal split. Do not do it. Do not change the default key bindings, because the moment you do, you're going to be completely useless on any remote system. If you want to have a tech job or a tech career, do not change the standard key bindings. Again, I was able to just SSH in here on a random Ubuntu VM and start my tmux session and be productive right away, because these key bindings are the same. Had I changed my key bindings on my local machine and I'm now running tmux on the remote machine, I'm suddenly like, Ctrl+B-H doesn't work. So, what was it again? Tmux help? What? Man, tmux vertical. Like, how do I do it? Don't. This is going to kill your productivity, okay? You want to be so fluent on tmux that you can log into any remote machine, anywhere in the world, and simply be productive right away. This is how you want to do it, okay? Take it from me, you're going to thank me 2 years from now, after you've studied with me, you have a 6-figure tech job, and you're working on a production outage on Friday afternoon, and suddenly you find yourself on a random Ubuntu VM using tmux to manage several processes. And then you're going to think back to Misha, who said, okay, I disagreed with him, but now I understand why he said it. Now I have lots more wisdom to share with you, and I'm giving it all away for free in the free Linux course. It's a free 16-hour course that you can access to by clicking the link in the description. It's completely for free. There's also a community of super competent people helping each other every single day. We are super active, and it's just an amazing place to be. You also get access to the 16 hours of premium video course material that my paid students pay thousands of dollars for, but I'm giving it away for free because I want as many people as possible to discover the pleasure of using Linux. Check out the link in the description below. It's completely for free. Enter your details and it's spit it right back to you, and I will see you in the free Linux community. Thank you so much for watching. Start using tmux, and I'll see you in the next video. And don't change those key bindings.